Um, I want to say this before I begin. When speaking on the subject of a man and what defines a man nowadays, what defines a man can be objective. So I have to say that throughout this video, this is my perspective. This is my opinion. This is how I feel what a man should be, how a man should feel, how a man should think, etc., etc. It's crazy that I'm saying that, but I have to put that out there because, everybody has their own definition of what it is to be a man nowadays. You understand? But I want to take it back a little bit, when I was younger, So, if you're black and you're a man now, I'm going to say typically, most black men that were young, boys, didn't grow up with their father. I was one of them, and it was rough, living with my mother, her being a single parent, and eventually getting married. But that motherfucker, he wasn't worth shit. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't a good example at all, to be used as a father figure. He just was dead weight. He was, matter of fact, to be real with you, he was my bigger brother. Straight up. I'm just going to be real with you. My mom's took care of her husband. You understand? That's not to take away from my mother. It's just that, she just, at that time, she picked the wrong motherfucker. You understand? So my stepfather, and I can't even call him my stepfather. He wasn't my stepfather. He was my big brother. That's what he was. You understand? He read comic books just like I did. He went to work, but he had no responsibilities. He didn't wash clothes. He didn't wash dishes. He didn't cook. He didn't clean. He didn't do none of that shit. He just went to work, came home, read comic books, and used to DJ. That's some shit that I did when I went home. Matter of fact, it got to the point where he was like, yo, you can't even touch my turntables anymore because I got better than him. That's some big brother shit. Envious and jealous of the little brother that was able to scratch better than him. Anyway, so I grew up, without a father in the household. So the only person that I could actually rely on or depend on as, to look at someone that was a man, you understand, was my Uncle Stanley, right? And this man, he used to get up early as shit in the morning and go to work from sun up to sundown. I've seen him work in all types of environments, whether it was snowing, whether it was 101 degrees outside, and he's a carpenter. You know what I'm saying? He started his business from the bottom to the top. You know what I'm saying? I used to spend the night over my aunt's house, and you know what I'm saying? When that man walked through that door, if you didn't have your shit straight, meaning that if my aunt said, you know what I'm saying, you got to wash dishes, you got to clean up, you got to do this and that and so forth. If you didn't have that, if you didn't do what she told you to do when he walked through that door, you was doing that shit because you didn't want to answer to him. That man said little to nothing. It was all in his face, in his eyes. You knew that man meant business when he walked through that damn door. Nobody talked back to him. Nobody questioned him. Why? Because that was a real man. He went out there and he took care of his responsibilities. He did what he had to do for his family. And I never seen him cry, not even once. Matter of fact, when I became an adult, I ain't talking about a young adult. I'm talking about like older, like adult. You know what I'm saying? Like as of recently, like a couple of years back. It's the first time I ever seen this man laugh. He always had a certain type of seriousness to his demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Like you just didn't want to fuck with him. And now as I, become older, and now I have children in the family, I see why. I see that man had something in his mind, and that was preparing his family for the future, making sure that his children were straight when they get older. Making sure that his children wouldn't have to go through the shit that he went through. And I get it now. And I understand it now. I understand why he wasn't, emotional and shit like that. I understand why he didn't cry. I'm pretty sure that it's been a numerous of times that he probably went into the closet, you know what I'm saying, closed the door and cried without anybody seeing him. Because at that time, he had to stand strong. He had to be strong for the family. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a soldier go to war, and while he's out there defending the freedom of the United States of America, so-called freedom of the United States of America, while he's doing that, you know what I'm saying, he's crying? No. When you at war, you got to focus. And then after that, the after effects of war, you know what I'm saying, you know, with the PTSD and all the rest of that stuff, then you get treated. I don't have no problem with a man sitting down, especially black men, sitting down and talking to a psychologist. But while you're at war, you can't express or show your feelings or emotions. And that's the problem that I see in white America. When now, you know what I'm saying, white society has allowed men to be emotional to the point where men have become over emotional. I've seen grown men cry, built big ass men, athletes cry on national television, pleading for the white man to stop police brutality instead of getting the fuck up and banding together as black men to stop it ourselves. So this brings me to the point. I feel as though that a real man is a strong man. A man that's going to be responsible, a man that takes care of his family. And that's going to stand up to another man. Straight up. And what other man do I mean? A white man. Straight up. So who gives a fuck if he makes laws? Who gives a fuck if you know, he created this and that and so forth, even though, you know, we built America and he bit off a lot of our culture. But who cares about, you know, the police force and this and that and so forth? Who cares about that? It's all about, oh, you do what I tell you to do. What man answers to another man is the question. I'm not talking about going to war and anarchy and all the rest of that shit. I'm just talking about some type of resistance. Excuse me. And that form of resistance doesn't have to be physical. A lot of the resistance that I'm talking about is all in the mind. Period. So what I think a man is one that answers to himself. He don't follow anyone else's rules and regulations and shit. And I'm not telling you all out there to break the goddamn law. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm just talking in the aspect of us men waking the fuck up tomorrow and banding together. As individuals, we're gonna lose. It's just that plain and simple. But as a collective, we'll be able to do what we set out to do. What we've set out to do. Other than that, as an individual, if I go out there and talk about something, I ain't doing this and I ain't doing that, and kiss my ass and blah, 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 they're going to lock my ass up. And then my black community is going to tell me that I'm going to, going to tell the world that I'm crazy. So I'm talking about on a collective level. That's what I think a real man is. One that's responsible. One that don't take shit from nobody. No one. One that makes his own rules and it sets his own rules and regulations. In other words, there's no way in the world that you could be a real black man pledging allegiance to the flag. Listening to what the white man says. His laws. You know, I say this dumb shit all the time. You know, well, you know, I got the Second Amendment right to bear arms. And that's a right that the white man gave me. Why can't I just have the right to motherfucking have a gun because I need it? Because I said so. Period. Not because the white man gave me this and the white man gave me that. No, because I gave it to my goddamn self because I felt as though that I needed it. And I ain't have to go through all of this paperwork in order to fucking get the legal right to bear arms in a concealed manner, in a concealed way, or get the legal right or the permission or get a permit in order to purchase a handgun. Get their permission, which permits me. Once I get their permission, I'll get a permit that permits me, that allows me to purchase a handgun. Real men don't do that. Real men don't wear dresses. Real men don't wear skirts and paint their fingernails and all the rest of that shit. You want to know why? Because real men have to set an example for the young boys that's coming up. For those young boys that's looking at us for answers. And this is the reason why society is fucked up, because guess what? The young boys, the young black boys that is, they don't have no father figure in their house, right? So their role models are rappers, athletes, singers, dancers, actors. And guess what? All of those celebrities are wearing skirts, dresses, being all feminine and shit. And this is what these young boys are seeing. So therefore they think that that's what a real man should look like. This is what a real man should act like. And us real men, like us alpha men, are dinosaurs. You know what they call us alpha men? You know what they say that we have? Toxic masculinity. How in the world is there such thing as toxic masculinity? That doesn't even make sense, because where masculinity comes from is testosterone. And if anyone knows anything about science, body chemistry, you know that if you extract testosterone out of a man, there's no such thing as a man. That testosterone is what makes us Superman. Without testosterone, we can't even have sex. That plain and simple. Without testosterone, we can't lift heavy things. Just think about that shit. You got women nowadays that want to be men, right? And you know what they're taking? They're taking testosterone, and they're injecting testosterone in them. And you'll see it. Like I seen on YouTube that you seen the girl and she's like, hey man, talk like that, right? And then she started taking those testosterone shots, and now she got a deep voice like mine. And now she can be able to lift weights and shit like that. Hair all over her face and shit. So what the fuck are you talking about toxic masculinity? That doesn't make sense. Man can't get enough testosterone. And you talking about toxic masculinity. We're turning our men into beta males. For real. And to be truthful with you, if you can turn an alpha male into a beta male, ain't no such thing. He never was a man in the first fucking place. It's just that plain and simple. White America defines what a black man should be, how a black man should act, how a black man should walk, how a black man should talk. I dare any motherfucker that's white. I wake up every day and I be on a wish a nigga would mode in my mind. I wish a nigga would ask me, why do you have that on your head like that? And I mean, it's two answers to that. The first one is, because I can. And you wish you could. You wish you could. I don't have to buy mousse and put it on my head for my hair to stand up like this. I don't have to put spritz in my hair for my hair to stand up like this. My hair has a shitload of protein in it. My hair is strong and it sticks up. It grows like a fucking tree. So I can. It's part of my me. It's me being black. It's my greater hair that I love and that I'll never cut because of what you think or how you feel a black man should be or look. That's the first thing. The second thing, I drink on this one. Me. You can't put me in a box. You want so bad to define me, confine me. You want so bad to take a lion and shave the lion's mane off and put him in a cage. Control him. You want to domesticate me so bad to the point where when you see that I'm thinking with my own mind and I'm in control of my own image, it disgusts you. You despise it. When you see my hair like this, that is a way of you knowing that I have truly freed my mind. Plain and simple. Because white America defines how a black man should look. He's supposed to be tall, dark, and handsome. And I'm not none of that shit. Period. I'm not a gentleman. I'm a stern man. Period. I stand on my own morals, principles, and morals. I answer to no one but self. Period. Ask the mother of my children. Ask my children. I have family members that try to question me and I shut them down. You don't pay bills in here. You can't control shit. You can't dictate what the fuck I do with my life or with my family. Period. I shut them the fuck down. I answer to no one. That's how a real man gets down. Now don't get it twisted. I'm not ignorant. I'm not stupid. If you're telling me something that's right and I'm 100% wrong, guess what a real man can do? What else a real man can do is admit when he's wrong and apologize. Other than that, I don't answer no one. Period. That plain and simple. I see the comments in the comment section of these videos. You should cut your hair. You should do this. You should do that. I don't listen to none of that shit. Who the fuck are y'all to tell me what the fuck to do? Are you out your fucking mind? I look at that shit and I be like, these motherfuckers are crazy. When have you ever, straight up, because this is how I pay my rent. You know what I'm saying? I know some of you all do that too. You know, I go to the website and I push the button for, you know, my card is already up on the website. I push the button for 1605, boom, and it hits their account. The person that I'm renting the house from. When have you ever filled out a money order for my rent, gave me your credit card or debit card or whatever, however form of payment that you're gonna pay for my rent? When have you ever done that? For you to tell me what the fuck to do. I don't even listen to my own mom. I ran away from home when I was 16 because I decided that I wanted to be a man right then and there. And at least be in control, somewhat of in control of where I want to live at 16 years old. My father and I bump heads, pause, because you can't have two men in the same house, especially when one man is paying the rent and the other one is not, which is myself. So you know what I did? I got my shit together and I said, fuck everybody. I'm going to get my own shit so I could be the man, the king of my own castle. And now I got people on YouTube that I don't even fucking know telling me what the fuck to do. You out your fucking mind. Straight up. I don't answer to no one. Period. That's what, in my opinion, my perspective, that's what a real man is. I ain't wearing nobody's skirt. I ain't doing any and everything for no fucking money. Period. I just be a broke ass nigga. And I don't give a fuck what y'all think about me. Period. Before I wear a skirt, a dress, lipstick, nail polish on my motherfucking hand, my hands, I'll wear this t-shirt right here. You know what I'm saying? This night shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'll wear this shit every day for the rest of my life before I do all of that shit. Period. I do what I want to do. Maybe today I might shave. I don't know. Maybe I won't. But if you all say, well, you need to shave, I don't give a fuck what you say. Period. If my family's looking, I want to smoke some weed. Period. And I will. I got to just get me some good weed to smoke. I ain't smoked some weed in years, but I'm going to smoke some weed. I don't know about the drinking shit, because just like last year, I binged. I went straight like a couple months of drinking. I'm saying that because I don't give a fuck what y'all think about me. I don't. Now call me and say, well, you know what, Langston, well, you know the other name you call me. You know what, Langston, I just don't think that you should have put your business out like that. And, you know, and this and that and so forth. I don't care. Who the fuck are you to question me? I smoke weed. Yes, I ain't had none in years, but I like it. Period. I don't know. I might go to the strip club. I don't know. Whatever I enjoy doing, I'm going to do it. And guess what? At the end of the day, you know another thing that's so beautiful about, and I'm about to end this, what's so beautiful about a real man is that we don't question what you do. I don't give a fuck what you do in your household. I don't care. I don't care to know. That's what real men do. We don't gossip and we don't give a fuck about what you all are doing. Period. I'm more so focused on what I'm doing. A real man minds his own business. Literally, he minds his own business, and then he minds his own business as far as money, making money, creating a business, creating a legacy so that he can take that business and that legacy and hand it to his children. A real man is focused. A real man has goals, aspirations, achievements, things that he wants to achieve before he dies. He ain't focused on you. We ain't focused on none of the shit that you all doing. I'm to the point where I don't demand respect. I don't want no respect from you. I just want you to leave me the fuck alone. It ain't even a want. Leave me the fuck alone or you're going to face the consequences. Period. I don't call you. And I'm talking, this is not dedicated towards my family. This is just overall. I don't call you. Don't call me. I don't give a fuck about you. Don't give a fuck about me. Period. It's just that plain and simple. I'm sitting here trying to motherfucking... Man, I've never been to Kemet, or what we erroneously call Egypt. Did you see the pharaohs? Like, I've seen the pictures, though. Did you see the pharaohs? Did you see any type of weakness on those busts or those statues? And I'm pretty sure in real life they did have some weaknesses. But what I'm saying is what they left behind. So we can fashion ourselves towards them, to be like them. They knew when they were creating those statues and shit like that they weren't perfect. But they did it so that we can be perfect, or damn near close to it. I'm not bulging. For real, I'm a dire man. I'm a dire man in the 90s. I wish y'all bring that shit back. I swear that's my word. I'm gonna end this. I wish y'all bring that shit back. You motherfuckers, you thuggalicious niggas from Boondock rappers, motherfuckers, y'all are damn wearing dresses and skirts and shit like that. In the 90s, we used to hold our fucking dicks while we was rapping. Even the most androgynous fucking famous nigga on a fucking planet hold his dick, called Michael Jackson. That nigga was like, ooh, holding his fucking balls.